Welcome to the Deep End. I'm Chris, and let's get started. Our cutting-edge data insight tools are telling us most of our audience are working 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, have multiple time-consuming hobbies, and still want to save the environment despite all that chronic lack of time. Obviously, nobody's got that particular timetable, but I think we can all agree if I told you there's some quick and easy ways to reduce the waste and the associated damage to the environment, anybody would jump at the chance. So here goes. 3 quick, 1-minute ways to save the environment when shopping. Number 1. Choosing standard delivery instead of one day. Hear me out. I know you might be very attached, because I know I am, to the convenience of one-day delivery on Amazon, or even 1-hour delivery in some places. However, if you're ordering something and you don't really need it that urgently, what's the point of one-day delivery? The reason I'm saying this is the van or truck or lorry that delivers it across the country might have to ship it half full instead of full in order to make it to those one-day deliveries. All those carbon emissions and petrol wasted, that remains a problem. At least until we have all electric vans or something. Praise Tesla. 2. Eating less almonds and more potatoes. If you look up the average amount of water that it actually takes to grow one almond, just one, against other vegetables, fruits, and crops, you'll find that almonds are some of the most expensive water-wise. Now, I think it's actually alfalfa that takes the top spot, but obviously more people eat almonds than alfalfa. And there's also stuff that we eat a lot more of. For instance, milk. It takes 100 liters of water to make 100 liters of cow milk. It sounds fine until you also think that cows also emit a lot of methane, which harms the ozone layer and the atmosphere. And that's an additional emission coming out of raising cattle for beef or milk or whatever else you're raising them for. Meanwhile, humble tomato and potato. They seem better than most vegetables. And obviously this can get very complicated, and it's kind of like checking WebMD for your symptoms and being told you have some incurable disease. It can get pretty demoralizing that some things that we eat have a lot of negative impact on the environment. And don't get me wrong, the point of this isn't that you don't have to eat almonds, or you can't drink milk, or you can't eat beef, or you can't eat this stuff. That's more of a personal choice. Now, obviously, there's an impact to weigh in, but what all of this is about is that you should look at the worst offenders when they use a lot of water and also don't bring a lot of value, calorie or taste-wise. So, for instance, a potato brings a lot more value than almond. So the argument would be eat more potatoes, eat less almonds. I still have almonds and walnuts, but I cut down massively from 3 packs a month of nuts in general to maybe once every 2 months. And this was all as a result of this, realizing the impact of my actions. 3. Have a shopping list. On the topic of shopping, as you head to your local supermarket like anyone else, you might just be tempted to show up, wander the aisles, just try and figure out what you need. I've done this way too many times, and it can be quite therapeutic. But if instead you prepare your shop in advance, with a shopping list, let's say, I actually recommend Google Keep, but that's just because I keep forgetting where I put paper notes. And also saving and reusing the bags from previous shops. A couple of months ago, I used to have over 30 bags from Tesco and decided to reuse them, mostly because I had too many, rather than for the environmental impact. And I thought, okay, they might not be as strong as the first time use bag, but it's still better than hoarding them all. I have now cut down to just 5. Don't get me wrong, still not ideal, a lot better than 30. And that way, I get to also save the environment, so that's great. As for the shopping list, this might actually save you some money too, as the extra discipline can help you, just like me, avoid buying extra sweets. I've told you before, I'm a sucker for sweets. I hope you found this video useful. I encourage you to do your own research in your next moment of procrastination, because honestly, that's how I came across most of this stuff. And treat yourself to something nice, just maybe with fewer nuts. As always, If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, feel free to subscribe. See you in the next one. Ciao.